What's up, fam, and welcome back to my channel, the best place to help you get started building your business and brand online. Today's tutorial, like the title suggests, is all about helping you learn how to organize your Facebook group. This is specifically going to be geared more towards teachers, considering that with everything going on in the world right now, a lot of schools, colleges, and things are shutting down, and therefore teachers are looking for different ways to connect with parents and share what assignments are going out and other extra resources and things like that. After hopping into my little girl's first grade group, I realized that it was just not really set up in a way that was easy for not only the teachers to find posts, but also for the parents as well. And so important, like the homework assignments, they were getting kind of buried. So I reached out to one of the teachers and offered to help organize the group. And therefore, I'm going to be walking you through the process as well. So if you know any teachers or anybody else who is using Facebook groups to really connect with their students, then feel free to share this out, give this video a thumbs up, and let's go ahead and get started. Now there's 4 different things that you can do inside of a Facebook group to organize the posts and organize the content. So the very first thing is the files section. That's where you can go in and upload particular documents if you've already got them. You can create a document inside of a Facebook group and go in and actually edit. You've got post topics, you've got a unit section, and then you also have an announcement section. I decided that I would get on and just walk you through and record the process of me organizing their Facebook group and kind of showing you what you can do to give you some ideas on ways that you can do the same. So right here, I'm inside of their Facebook group. So the first thing that I'm going to do is, once I'm in this group, if you click on where it says more right here, I'm going to go and I'm going to edit these group settings. One thing that I'm going to tell you is if you scroll down, I will tell you, you can actually go in and customize the web address. So take, for instance, in my I've got a free Facebook group called the Marketing Mamas. And as you can see, the Facebook URL is just facebook.com/groups/the Marketing Mamas, versus if you look at this particular URL, it's just a bunch of random numbers. Okay, so again, I'm not going to edit this just because I didn't get their permission, but if you are setting up a group, it's a lot easier to remember a URL when it's customized versus a bunch of just random numbers. So to do that is simply go to the settings where I showed you and come right down here where it says web address. Okay, so you would just click customize address and you would put in whatever you want it to be customized as. Okay, so I would probably have it as just whatever the name of the group is. So in this case, I would change it to AES first grade just to make it, again, easier. I'm not going to do that. I also want to scroll down here and make sure that post topics is toggled on, because we are going to be using topics as a way to organize content and organize posts. And then I also am going to come down here to where it says sections, and I want to add the social learning groups. Okay, you could also, if you wanted to, scroll down to where it says membership request and ask questions. So you could always say, okay, what is your child's name, or what teacher do they have? That way, if another teacher is actually going in, and it just makes it, I guess, a little bit easier to approve requests, makes it a little quicker. And then of course you can adjust and change your posting permissions if you want to make it to where only the admins of the group can post. If you didn't want like all the parents able to post in there, this is where you would change this. And you can also make it to where post approval is turned on. They do not have theirs turned on, so I'm not going to actually change that, but you can make it to where if somebody does post in the group, it basically goes into a queue and awaits one of the admins to actually go in and approve that post. And that just also will kind of keep down how much content, so a group isn't just being bogged down. If you've got a very active group of parents who really like to share a lot of stuff, that's something you can do, is just toggle that on as well. Once you're done, then all you're going to do to save those settings is click save. And when you scroll up to the top, it says your changes have been saved. So I'm just going to scroll back and I'm going to go back to the discussion area. Now we have decided that what we're going to do is we are going to use the unit section, and we're also going to use the topic section. So everyone should have the ability now to be able to create topics for their groups. And basically what this means is, if I go back back over to my free group, you can create different topics to where you can flag each particular post or each post that you want to under a specific topic, and that way it just makes it easier. So of course with me, I teach people how to get started using, building their business and brand online. So I've got topics like Facebook tips and updates, marketing and content creation. So if somebody wanted to come in and say, okay, I only want to see the post regarding content creation and marketing, they could click this and those are the only posts that are going to show up. So it just, again, makes it easier to find things. And so what we're going to do now, we have kind of created and came up with several different topics. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click create topic and I am going to go ahead and create some of these. So we have math. All right, so these are the topics that we have come up with. Now we do have an announcements topic. I will add that you can, if you wanted to. So over here, again, go into my free little Facebook group. You do have an announcement section over here. So you can go to any post that you want to and mark it as an announcement. And those announcements are going to show up at the top of the group every time somebody logs in. We just decided on this one, I'm just going to have an announcements topic in the group, but you can choose however you want to actually set it up. And now that we've added units, we're also going to click on units and I am going to add a couple of different unit names, okay? You can also put a little unit description if you want to, and then you just create unit. And the great thing, the difference between topics and units is with units, you can actually determine the order that you want the post to show up in. So again, if I go into the Marketing Mamas group and I go to units, I have several different units and I can decide as far as posts go, what order I want those posts to be watched in. However, if you are just organizing using just the topics category, you can't go in and adjust what order people see stuff in. It's just the newest stuff is going to show up top, okay? So that's just something to kind of keep in mind as well. So going back here, I'm just going to go ahead and I am going to add another unit. So I would just click back on units and then I'm going to create another unit as well. And what we have decided is we are just going to do the main most important things as units, and then the other stuff, we're going to kind of organize with topics and things like that. And then click back on units and I'm going to create one more unit, which is reading, create unit. So when I click right back on here, you can see these three here, okay? Now you also have the option to, if you want to toggle this, it makes the units the default landing tab instead of discussion. I'm not going to do that, but if you want to, that is one way you can actually organize. So what that means is if somebody goes into the group, it's going to land on the unit section versus this being the discussion, which is basically the news feed in the group. I'm just going to keep it set to where it's just the discussion here. Now from here, what you want to start doing is actually organizing stuff. So if I go into the unit section, I am going to go in here as far as the weekly announcements, and I can create a post or create a title. I can also create a file. So this is one thing that I'm going to do here, and you can upload a file from your computer or you can just basically write something. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to minimize this. And I have already gotten basically, this is just like a note to the parents as far as how the group, how the assignments and everything is going to be ran. So I just basically retyped out what they had put in the group, and I am just going to create a post right here. And then what you can do, what I love about this is the fact of you can highlight, I can make this a little bolder, just making it a little bit more readable. So this is what I'm going to do. And now I just gave it a title, so distance learning plan, and I am just going to click post. Now if you scroll up, you should be able to see this right here under the first unit. So if I go back to units, you can see right here that this is here and it's ready to go. So what you can do once you have got it kind of set up as far as what topics you want, what units you want, now you can go back through the group if you've already posted some stuff and now you want to organize it, stuff that's already been posted. You go to the post that you want. You're going to click on these little three dots in the upper right hand corner, and you can add it. If you wanted this added to a particular unit, you can add it here. You can also add as a post topic as well. So I am just going to add post topic, and these are the ones that we've created. If you wanted to add another one, you can also add this here as well. So with this being vocabulary, I'm just going to put reading, and I'm going to save. Now, one little pro tip here when it comes to post topics, you can only have a post have one, it can only be under one post topic. So you can't have one post under multiple topics. You can only have one. So that's just something to keep in mind as well as you're kind of organizing your group. All right, so once you have the group organized and set up the way that you want it, again, you can go back, you can reorganize posts, you can change the topics to different categories if you want to do that. And one other suggestion, one last suggestion that I am going to make is I would also record just a short video that you can pin to the top of the page. You can mark it as an announcement, just letting parents or whoever is in the group know how to actually navigate the course, how it's set up. Most people don't realize too, when you're going into a course or when you're going into an actual Facebook group, that posts are set up to where it automatically defaults to new activity, meaning the posts that are going to show up at the very top of the page are the ones that people have engaged in, commented on, stuff like that. So it's easy for posts to get buried. So if they simply toggle this and click it to recent posts, then they can go in order, or of course show them how they can navigate the group by, if you choose to organize it by popular topics, show them that. If you have it set up to where you put it in units, let them know about that. That way, once they know how, what to expect, it just makes it easier on not only you as an admin of the group, but also to the people who are actually a part of it. So it just makes for just an easier process all the way around. If you got some value from this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up if you haven't already subscribed to my channel. I'd also like to know down below, what are some of your biggest questions around Facebook groups? If you know another teacher or anyone else that are using Facebook groups as a way to build community and stay in touch with, whether it be their students or others, then feel free to share this video out. And while you wait on the next video to upload, because I do upload them each and every week, then you can also check out these other videos right here, and also look down below in the description for some extra resources. With that being said, I hope you have the most productive day, the most productive week, and I'll see you back here in the next one. Bye for now.